All right, initial reaction. What's on your card? What stereotypes did you see manifesting? Go ahead.
The girls are bossy and it's just not recognized as leadership.
Okay, good. Language. You call little girls who are assertive, bossy, little boys, good leadership skills. Very good. What else?
How for women when they have a job is because of working hard enough and help from others.
Okay, good. So women attribute their success to others. Men. Oh, it's the men. I did it on my own skills. Good. Did I see your hand up?
Yeah, I was going to say the first thing she said, men run the world.
Okay. Is that a stereotype?
Yeah.
What do you, okay. All right, good. Anyone else? Go ahead.
Her point in the beginning about most likely to succeed is not the girl who gets a date to prom. I thought that was...
Okay. Do you know any young ladies who are sort of boxed in by their decision because they're looking for that right guy or trying to impress the right guy and may limit some of their, okay. And I think that's what she was suffering. I don't think it's uncharacteristic. Yes.
Lack of ambition to lead.
Okay, good. I saw another hand over here. Yes,
Like
ma'am.
needing her husband to negotiate a deal for her. Like I know when some people say like if you want to get a car, make sure your dad's there or like your husband so you can get a good deal. It's like you can be there by yourself.
Very good. And you know what's interesting about that? With car salesmen or saleswomen, when there's a man present to help look for the car, the questions tend to be different. They assume that the man knows about the car. And my mechanic, he's a good friend, but a great mechanic, his name is Sean. My wife is looking for a car. I can change a tire. That's all I can do with the car. I don't know a thing about it. But Sean said, when your wife and Crystal, when you guys go look for a car, make sure you're with her. He said, if nothing else, just look in the hood, look like you know what you're doing. And he gave me 3 questions to ask. I don't know what the guys tell me was right or wrong, but he said, look like you know what you're doing. Because as a mechanic, he knows how they treat women when they come into that showroom. Is it right? No, it's not. But he was just saying, look like you know what you're doing. I said, sure. I looked in the hood, I asked those 3 questions, and I sat back, and that was it. But it was the present, so you're right. All right, that's a subtle way that stereotypes work. Anything else? Any other comments? Yes?
women are not risk takers.
Women are not risk takers. Okay, less likely to be risk takers. Good. Anything else? Yes.
Downplay our accomplishments.
Okay, and attribute it to something else. Okay, very good, or someone else. All right, very good. So, Dr. Harold, you want to?
Okay. I guess in thinking about this, one point that we probably should make is that Sheryl Sandberg has come under criticism for what is considered a simplistic approach to changing your life as a woman, okay? So Sheryl Sandberg, if you heard the same thing I heard someone who said that these are things that you can do as an individual to maybe change your destiny, change your future, change the way you deal in your career aspirations and pursuits, okay? That's a micro level type of feminist type of thinking, okay? She's come under criticism by individuals who look at feminist thought as something much broader, something much more holistic, and something that is challenging patriarchy. If you remember, we talked about, I think we mentioned patriarchy at the very beginning. Patriarchy is the default setting in the United States of America. It's almost understood that men do this, women do that. In patriarchy, it's usually a patriarchal structure. So, broad, holistic feminist type of thought would say that we want to challenge what patriarchy is so that there's a level of balance between men and women, masculinity versus femininity. So I think we need to make those 2 points about Sheryl Sandberg. But I guess if we're talking about a level of awareness, are we prepared to think differently? Are we prepared to think differently? So back to our scenario about our children and our husband or wife or what have you. And if you're looking for a daycare center, you pull up, you've researched it online, you feel great about it, you pull up, ready to drop your kids off, go for a tour, and the man opens the door and says, hi, I'm Kim, I'm the director of the child care center. Any concerns with that? You said yeah? Okay. Who else has a concern with that? Why?
I'm a single parent. My daughter's 4. So when I see a man in the vicinity, even in the classroom teaching, I'm wondering, are they a pedophile? I'm wondering what's their history. I'm wondering what's their interest with children, how they interact with little girls and little boys. Just because of the stereotypical type, men are not usually in that type of setting.
Men are aggressive, men are power hungry, men will do things to women that they shouldn't be done. So those things come into mind and come into play when we're talking about these scenarios. If we have we hear something get knocked over in our house in the middle of the night, we call the cops, we think somebody's breaking in. Police officer arrives. Do you want it to be a man or a woman? Who says man? Who says a woman? Who says as long as they got a gun? But oftentimes in certain types of scenarios where physical prowess, physical strength may come into play, we want a man to come into it. But at the same time, women can equally do that job. I don't know if you saw recently in the news down in Stafford, Texas, there was a woman police officer who pulled up on a car. It had 3 individuals in it. It's 2:30 in the morning. They start shooting. They shoot her in the neck and they shoot her in the vest. This happened like 3 days ago. It's Stafford, Texas is where it was, I think. So look it up if you get a chance. But she was shot in the neck. She was shot in her vest. Not only did she call for backup, but she also got in her car and started pursuing those individuals who shot her, and was able to make the calls. They were able to get assistance from other officers. They were able to apprehend those individuals that did that. And they said, weren't you concerned about not being able to go home to see your children? You're a mother. So she said, I would have felt more disappointed if I didn't fulfill the expectations of my job, telling my children that I stopped because I'm a woman. So it's those types of examples that we need to begin to think as we go through our daily operations. What I'm going to ask you to do, we can take some of these, take one of those and pass it. Take a look at some of these quotes that are on this sheet here.
So much short.
It's
You have any
probably
more
some
time?
more over here.